We get into mini camp, and you could tell that our band was a lot different than last year's band.
I think this year was really different because I went in to the summer having very, very high expectations, and I sort of made that clear. And pretty much from day one, we kicked those kids' butts, and they held up like champs. And I think that that was really part of it.
We really grew, and we really learned to work hard through those first early practices.
I expected a lot this year, and I definitely was not wrong to expect a lot.
Not many people realize at the beginning of marching season that everything you do leads up to the very end.
If I look back at videos from like band camp, I'm even impressed with the quality that we achieved at that point.
It's always fun to go to that first competition and kind of see how you're doing with some of the other groups, especially locally.
Expected us to be successful, yes, but to what degree I did not actually even know.
We're really excited about this competition. We've been working really hard. We've been practicing a lot. We practice all day. I really like the show this season, and I'm really excited to see where we go with our next few competitions.
Going into the Antioch experience competition, it was mostly more nerve-wracking than anything else, but it was exciting just to get to know how we were going to do, because we had practiced, you know, and this was our first like real performance, so it was interesting to see how that was going to turn out. So that was pretty much what we felt going into it. I think our performance went really well. Some of the freshmen and the people coming in this past year started to understand what our show is about and what band is about. So I think overall, for where we were in the season, it was pretty good.
This is a small step in the overall arc of our season. So enjoy it, be happy about it, you know? Use it for energy next week, but now it's really, let's get the closer on the field, right? That's
A couple weeks after Lower Antioch experience, and we went to Powder Springs, and the prep towards Powder Springs was some of the roughest practices since I've been in the Franklin band.
As you could hear the people in the stadium when you walked off the bus, and I was extremely intimidated.
We didn't know what was going to happen. We had won the Jacksonville BOA Regional the year before, and we knew it was going to be a tough act to follow, winning that regional last year, and we were going to come in as, you know, people were going to know our names this time. We kind of came out of nowhere last year, and this year we were coming in as the defending champ.
Going to the lot and doing warm-ups was a really emotional moment for me, because things started running through my head, like all the stuff like 8s at 126, and getting everything to where it was such a tough process. Like the first 2 days of band camp, just in the rain, in the mud, just working, and it was really difficult. And going to the lot, thinking of all that, really encouraged me and really helped me stay focused. So when we're pushing onto the field, everybody's really nervous. Number one, that's fun. To calm the nerves, though, you know, I like to think about what the music means and what the storyline of the show is, and then how it affects me.
We had a really strong show in prelims that really set us up to do well.
And from Franklin, Tennessee, the Franklin High School Marching Band.
There was the side of me that was really doubtful that we couldn't show up and that we were gonna coming second at the regional, and there was also the side of me that was really thinking about how we showed up the year before and how awesome that would have been to happen.
So our drum line got to play the cadence while all the bands marched out, and that was really cool because even though we had won last year and we're starting, our program is getting more recognized, it was cool to see like the proof of us getting recognized. So, and I think everybody in drumline really enjoyed that, so that was cool. Cadencing was fun because not many high school drumlines get to say that they've cadenced on bands at a BOA regional.
It was pretty incredible.
In finals, we had a really emotional performance, and we really presented our show well to the audience, and they really took it up really well. And it's always exhilarating because there was a lot of people in the stands for prelims and finals to watch us.
The award for outstanding music performance goes to the Franklin High School.
When they announced that we won for music, that was awesome. It was really reassuring too, for not that it's about placement, but just that we had gotten pretty high and that we had achieved something.
The award for outstanding visual performance goes to the Franklin High School.
I think it was more exciting to hear that we won visual because our program's been at least consistently better in music than it has been in visuals, so that we were just improving a lot in that area. That was really awesome.
And in first place with a score of 87.7, the 2013 Bands of America Powder Springs Regional Champion, the Franklin High
School. We came in first in music, came in first in visual, and then came in second in general effect to Harrison High School. It was a great band program, and ended up winning the Powder Springs Regional, and that was really exciting for us as a band program. We didn't know how good we were, and in front of some of the top judges, they gave us some really high scores, so that really set us up. We knew that we could do big things this year and really make some history for the Franklin Band.
When we won, it was such a surprise, just because I wasn't expecting that at all. I don't think really anybody was, but it was incredible just to know that you compete with other groups that high in the country, and just to know that you're on such a different level than what you were the year before.
That day though wasn't coming in first, it was definitely the run. We had a solid show, and I remember like different seniors and juniors coming up to me and being like, I don't care if we come in last in finals, that was a great run and that's the best we could have done. And so we're gonna get a good gauge of how good we are going into the rest of the season. So yeah, Powder Springs was a really good day for the band program.
Today is Constance Champions, COC. It's our state final competition, and it's a pretty exciting day. It's one of my favorites. It's gonna be a good day.
Well, the big thing for us that week was, we were all really excited about winning a regional, and so we had to make sure that we remembered that we have to keep going in the season, and that couldn't be the highlight of our year.
It was pretty easy for me to shut things out, to pretty much not take anything for granted. I may have completely ruined the season for the kids in my section, but I made it pretty apparent that regardless of what happened, regardless of the outcome at any of the competitions that we went to, whether we won, lost, came in second, came in last, whatever, we would keep showing up and keep working as hard as we could in rehearsal, because that's all you can do.
So proud of you guys. I can't wait to see what happens today, what happens the rest of the year. If there's a band that has really turned a corner in the last couple of weeks, and I think for the horn line, it might have started here at MTSU when we rehearsed, it's you guys, right? Since that day, we have been killing it, guys. Let's go out there today and do the same thing. Be your absolute best on the field and do your job. You understand? Yes, sir. Love you guys. All right, guys. Let's put your flags on this. us. We had everything planned out like we wanted it to go pretty well. There's a little bit more wind than we wanted. We're hoping for a little bit warmer temperatures tonight compared to last night. But now we're just kind of waiting around and seeing what happens at the prelims awards. So it's good. It was a good run.
And we had to make sure, we knew that if we had 2 solid runs at COC, then that's all we could do, and that was our goal. And we got a really solid run in prelims.
The first place trophy goes to the Franklin High School band.
And we came in first in preliminaries and then made it into finals.
You know, there's a difference, and we talked about this, there's a difference between great band programs and legendary band programs. And you guys have the potential to lay the groundwork to be known as a legendary year, a legendary program. And that starts tonight. How do you do that? By doing your job and by connecting with the audience.
Had a great warm-up going in, really memorable warm-up. You know, we just sounded really good and everyone was really focused. Going to the stadium at COC and it starts to rain and like it just, you know, it hadn't rained really all night and then all of a sudden it starts raining in the middle of our performance. And that was a really strong testament to our band program because everyone was just so focused it didn't even really matter. It started raining and we just kept going and no one skipped a beat. No one was nervous, no one was scared. Everyone was just locked in.
It was really cool to see just how the band reacted to it and how it affected me too. So I was actually really nervous going into the COC finals run, and I think just feeling the rain, and it added to the show, number one. It added to like just the emotions of the show in general.
And we had a really good run at COC.
With a score of 90.05, the 52nd Annual Contest of Champions Grand Champion Award, the Contest of Champions Crest, and the Tennessee Governor's Cup, sponsored by the Tennessee Army National Guard, is presented to the Franklin High School.
We won by 4 points and hit 90. We scored 90.05, and that was something all the seniors really wanted to do. A lot of people in the band just really wanted to hit 90. I'd have been heartbroken at 89.95. No, 90 was really cool, and it was cool to win back-to-back state championships. Band hasn't done that since 80 and 81, 81, 82. So it had been 30 years since band had won back-to-back state championships. So for me being a junior and senior in those 2 years, it's a really cool way to go out.
But I am really proud of you. And I learned one thing too. For number one, you followed the recipe. Number two, I'm proud of you because you did exactly what you know you had to do. You did it. We give you the support, but you did it. So let's keep that going. I'm proud of you. I tell you what, if you fired up, give me a shout out.
In 2011, we were 44th in Grand Nationals, and we came in 3rd at state. And since Tommy Allen's been working with the band program, we were 1st in state, those in junior and senior year for me, 2012 and 2013. And then at Grand Nationals, we were 24th and 15th. And I guarantee you there's no coincidence that, you know, we've gotten better since Tommy Allen's come on board with our band program.
He's like Yoda. I don't know. He's so insightful with the way that he teaches us, and he's such a good friend. He's such good friends, and he came, we took him, we invited him here, he came, and I thought that he's part of our family now, and I think that relationship won't ever change.
So, how do you feel the band is compared to last year? Were you?
Depends on what you're asking about. If you're asking me about performance-wise, I think that we're a better band than we were last year. I think a lot of it has to do with the continued training from last year into this season, so I think that's positive. So I'd say that I think we're a much stronger band, you know.
Are you expecting good things this year, like competition-wise? Like?
It's hard to know what to expect competition-wise, you know. It's all subjective. We don't have control over it. I would assume, you know, that a lot of people will be positively affected by the show and the design and the performance. I can't say whether or not that's going to, you know, bring home a championship or not, but I think certainly it's a valiant show, you know what I mean, that has a lot of really, really strong characteristics.
So our entire season from May to November is entirely built on the show that we're going to produce at Grand Nationals. So it was in our minds all season. Every time I, was talking to a freshman or sophomore, or talking to, a senior about what we needed to do in rehearsal, or, anytime the baritones had a sectional on cleaning drill, all of that was geared toward making sure we were going to have the best performance at Grand Nationals possible. Pack it up, head up to Indy Thursday morning. A lot of excitement, because playing in Lucas Oil Stadium is the most exciting thing about being in the Franklin Band. It's where the Colts play, and it's the nicest stadium ever. So you get up there, you see it, a lot of excitement during prelims. We get in the dome, had a good warm up, did the show, and it went pretty well on Thursday. And so we were really excited about that Thursday run. And then Friday, we had a 4-hour practice, and that went really well too. One of the better parts of the weekend was we got to do the Capes for Kids thing at St. Vincent's Children's Hospital, Peyton Manning Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. The parents and the kids, we teamed up to kind of help make these capes for the kids at Peyton Manning's Children's Hospital and give them to kids, that needed a little boost. So we went there, gave some of the capes to some kids, left a bunch of them there for them to give to various kids as they came through the hospital. And it was cool to make sure that we give back to the, the community of Indianapolis, because it's given so much to us. I've been there 4 times since I've been at Franklin, so I was really happy about that we got to do something to kind of give back to the community. Then Friday night, we went back into Lucas Oil, heard semifinals announcements. 36 bands were called, and we were 29th, so we were a little on edge, to say the least. We were, we would have been hurting if we hadn't have made semis, but so we got in. And then we performed at, I think, like 10:30 Saturday morning, so pretty early wake up, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy from the band.
You inspire the people that have no idea where Franklin, Tennessee is. All they know is that you're the best thing they've seen because of the performance that you gave. That is your mentality for today. That's the way you have to approach this performance. Deliver the goods, because it's the last guaranteed run that you have, guys. Look, you deserve to be here, right? We didn't get like this is not a consolation prize. We're not Miss Congeniality, at the pageant. You're in the top 22 at Grand Nationals. You beat a band that is predicted to be in finals. You beat them a month ago. You deserve to be where you are today. You are not rookies to this. You are vets. And we need to have that mentality, that confidence that comes with knowing you've accomplished something and that you can do something in your life. Whether it's marching in the rain at the first day of band camp, having to look at Alex Weatherford's ridiculous camo suit the whole day, collarbone injuries, ankle injuries, 104 sets of drill, all that stuff, all those obstacles, that's been training for you. That's to get you ready for this kind of moment. So you are super prepared for today. You should feel super prepared because it's not going to rain inside, right? And hopefully nobody breaks their collarbone today, right? It's awesome. We're not learning more drill. It's great.
We get to Lucas Oil again, do the warm-up, a great warm-up. That was really memorable again. So that's probably one of the things I'll remember the most from that experience was how great that warm-up was. I mean, I know it sounds lame, but like everyone was really, really focused and like not one person didn't understand the stakes. So we get into Lucas Oil, do the show. It went super well and there was a lot of emotion. And you could tell that the crowd was really excited and they really enjoyed our show. There's a bunch of people in there and we got a standing O. So that was really cool for me.
I feel like we went in with a really, really great understanding and drive and really knowing what we were capable of.
You know, we didn't make finals this year. We were 15th, 3 spots out and 2 points out. Second in our class again in Class 3A. And the band that won Class 3A, Harrison High School, we had beaten a month ago, but they were really good and we were really glad that if we were going to lose to someone, it was going to be to Harrison. Solid band program. And then they came in 7th in the nation. And, you know, even though we didn't make finals, you know, coming in 15th out of 91 is nothing to hang your head about, especially since we had such a good show. It's a great way for me to go out. You know, and something that was really cool about Gray Nationals was, you know, coming back and, you know, a bunch of your friends that aren't in band and teachers and, you know, the administration was really, really supportive of us doing so well and representing Franklin so well. So, yeah, Grand Nationals was a great trip. You know, obviously, hoped we could have made finals, but that's going to come later. And, you know, the Franklin band will make finals at some point with the way that we're going and the process that we have. And I'm glad that I could have been a part of the build up to that. So, great experience.